The opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Eastlink Community TV, its sponsors, or partners.
This episode of RT Cooks It is made possible by the generous support of Hickman Automotive Group.
Hello everybody, my name's Chris, my friends call me RT, this is RT Cooks It. We're just on our way back from the grocery store. We ran out and grabbed the perfect ingredients for some fire roasted tomato soup and a grilled cheese sandwich. We're doing it on the fire. We're gonna roll in and we're gonna get this fire going. Don't go anywhere. It's a beautiful fall day here in Newfoundland. We're outside. We have the Rat Rod BBQ pulled out. Loving it. We're making that grilled tomato soup, fire roasted tomato soup, and a grilled cheese sandwich. I just wanted to give you a little look at the oven and how we have this set up. I have charcoal in the tray, as you can see. I'm going to throw a fire starter in here, and we're going to get the chimney of charcoal running. And the concept is, I'll get the chimney of charcoal burning. It's about halfway full. I'll pour that over top of the rest of the coals. That's going to allow the rest of the coals to slowly start to catch and give me a lot longer burn. I'm going to need about a 30 or 40-minute burn for the tomatoes and the onions and everything else to get cooked. We'll give this a minute to fire up, and then we'll get the rest set up. All right, so that's about 5 minutes, 6 minutes it takes to heat all that up. We can see the coals have started down below. We'll get all these coals in. I'm going to put a piece of wood on top. This is going to kind of help get me a bit of extra flame. Bring that grate across. That's just going to help keep that flame rolling. So this is that indirect plate. This is just a stainless steel plate I had with a grill grate. I put this on here. This gives me a little bit of indirect heat for inside of my oven. Then we put the oven on. And of course the oven, so this is a leather cover. We got the bolts across. It all goes in. This is just a half a pipe, a partial pipe that I found. It's a salvage piece. And it fits in perfectly with the Rat Rod BBQ. Put that on there. You can see some beautiful smoke coming out. We're gonna let this ride and warm up. We're going to let the whole oven come to temperature. We want to bring it up to, let's say, about 350 if we can, and we'll get the vegetables in. We picked up some great looking tomatoes today and roasted tomato soup. So all we're going to do is we're going to take these tomatoes, put them in this pan. We're going to cut them all into quarters. And what we're going to end up doing is we're only going to take these tomatoes and the onions and the garlic and everything else, the peppers and the carrots. We're going to put that into take immersion blender, and we're going to grind all that up. Now I almost think I have too many tomatoes out here, so I'm going to go with one less tomato than I brought out because I think that is enough tomatoes. The onions, now we want to lop off the top and the bottom, cut those in half, give them a little peel. Now I like to get as close to the outside as you can because we're roasting them. They're going to be in there for about half an hour. We're going to give this a little bit of time to absorb some of that smoke, give it a little bit of time to roast off, and that's going to add such a beautiful flavor to this tomato soup. 1.5 onions I think is going to be good today. It should be a good ratio. Cut that in half, get that onion on. The carrots take a long time to cook, and I've roasted carrots before, and they really didn't come out fully cooked for me, or cooked enough for the way I like them. So what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to shred the carrots into on top of all this once I get the oil and all the spices on. And now I know if Pam is watching right now, she's saying to herself, Chris, you're using the peeler the wrong way. I like to use the peeler this way. I'm very comfortable pulling the peeler, and I just go slow. If I was in a rush, yes, I want to do a potato as fast as I can away from my hand. But for carrots, I really find I get the most control from the large end to the small end. And Pam, don't worry, I promise. I'll wait till I'm done. Pam, don't worry, I promise I won't cut myself. I wanted to make sure I was finished before I said that. So we're going to cut off the top and the bottom. of those 2 carrots. The carrot's going to give this soup just this beautiful sweet note in the background. You know, the carrots are really, really sweet, and to add that into this tomato soup is going to be great. Garlic. We're going to lop off the top of that garlic. This is going right in here. Everything's going in here. We're putting everything in. We're going to put oil on it. We're going to put some spice on it. And then, well, we're going to blend it all together. This pepper, I'm just going to cut the pepper top and bottom off. I don't need the top and bottom. I don't need that much pepper. For this, I'm going to just use a part of it. We'll get all these veins out of here. Cut all them out. I'm not doing a very good job. Wind's getting to me. Like I say, it's a beautiful fall day. I don't like any of this stuff. See, we've got to get rid of all that. So the peppers, we'll just cut them up right on top. Couple peppers is going to be enough. Okay, I'm wrong. Like I said, never a recipe. Just figure it out as you're putting it all in there. We have tomatoes. We have onions. This is going to be perfect. This is an oil I made. I went to Portugal a number of years ago. They have this oil called piri piri oil. It's a bird's eye chili from Africa, northern Africa, and they make this oil. It's like a condiment on the tables, and it's like putting ketchup on everything. This piri piri oil's on everything. I made myself some. I got some bird's eye chilies. I took some olive oil, just straight olive oil, not extra virgin, straight olive oil, and I put it on a low simmer for about 4 hours. And I have this beautiful, I don't know if you can tell the color, but it's a beautiful red color. This is what I'm using, and it's got a little bit of zing to it, so it's going to go nicely in this tomato soup. Little bit of that over top. Today, I'm going to use this beautiful spice made right here in Newfoundland. It's Taste of Home. It's made by the Newfoundland Seasoning Company. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried this, give it a try. It's a delicious spice, and it's going to add a nice flavor to this soup. So we'll give this a sprinkle over the top. Nice heavy dose. This is going to be my main flavor in this soup, is this Taste of Home. Maybe just a drizzle more oil. And then we're going to take those carrots, and we're just going to shred the carrots over top. This way I know they're going to get cooked perfectly. I don't want to undercook the carrots, and the undercooked carrots in there, you get that chunky, bitey. It's not as good. It's not. We're going to do it over here. Sorry for that. Getting a little ambitious. Slow it down a bit, and we'll get this carrots shredded down. The 2 carrots shredded down, coming together nicely. Oh, I just looking at what's in that casserole dish. I mean, how can it not turn out delicious? So there's those carrots right across the top. Just shake them in. They're going to get a nice little char. This is going to turn out as a great soup. Everything's ready. Wash the hands. I have a nice little bucket under here as always, warm water. On this fall day, it's nice to dip your hands into that warm water, get a little bit of heat. And now we're going to go ahead and get this right in this smoker oven. Slide it in. It all fits in nicely. Put that in. Close the lid. We're going to want to give this 30, 40 minutes at about 350. That's going to give that beautiful smoke, that beautiful char flavor to this soup. Don't go very far. We're going to get into the grilled cheese sandwich next and see how I build that and what we're going to do to make that. See you shortly.
For Belfour, it's not just restoration. It's your home. Belfour, restoring more than property.
Whether it's an occasional helping hand or 24/7 assistance, TLC Nursing and Home Care offers in-home, household management, and workplace healthcare services. Celebrating 50 years of care in Newfoundland and Labrador.
This program is proudly presented by the all-new Dodge Hornet and Hickman Automotive Group.
All right, welcome back. The tomatoes, onions, garlic, and the peppers all ready to go. I actually lowered them down. I took them off the indirect plate just to finish off for that last little cook, just to make sure we got the perfect amount of doneness and all that. I mean, what a beautiful looking casserole of delicious vegetables. I'm going to get all these placed inside of this pot and use the immersion blender. So I think, set everything aside here. I think the best thing for me to do, I got a spatula, and I'm just going to get it all in, and then I'll dump it all in once I get it all out. But here we have, like, come on, look at this delicious cooked vegetables. The garlic, I'm going to have to set that aside and give it a minute to cool down before, so I can actually touch it. And the carrots turned out perfect. I mean, the carrots are cooked absolutely perfect. And like I said before, we'll see. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Set this here. Grab those gloves again. I want to dump all this in. I don't want to miss anything. I want to make sure I get every last bit of flavor out of this container. Excuse the noise. There we go. Not missing a bit. The garlic, what we're going to do is squeeze a couple of those out. I don't think it's not too hot to touch. So we're just going to squeeze a few of those out. We'll say that many. Now listen, roasted garlic's never going to go to waste around here. Give those hands a little wash. I have my immersion blender out here today beside the Rat Rod BBQ, and all we're going to do is we're going to want to break all this down and turn this into now a nice soupy consistency. And the one thing we do need to watch is sometimes you're going to need to add a bit of chicken stock, vegetable stock, beef stock. It doesn't really matter. Turkey stock for all that matter. Once you get it all mixed together and all blended up, you'll be able to tell if you need any more liquid in there. So we can tell this is a little thick today. You know, you go to the store and you have in your mind Roma tomatoes. That's what I had in my mind. They're super juicy, lots of liquid in them when you roast them off. I wasn't able to get Roma tomatoes to me. I just got a different tomato, not quite as juicy. Look at that. I got some turkey stock. We'll just add that in. About half. We'll add a half in and we'll see where we get from there. We'll just immersion this down. There we go. Now we're getting the action we want. I'd say we're going to go with all of it. We'll put it all in. There we go. Whew. All right, I say that, do it. We'll just set all this down, and I'm going to get this fire set up again. I'm going to get this fire set up for our next step. I got to get a little more coals on here. We want to simmer this soup off for a little while. So I'm going to get these coals, a little more coals in here. And we'll get this ready to cook some grilled cheese and give it some time to start simmering that soup off. We have a lot of heat here. There's a lot of heat still in that. We'll put this soup on. We want to simmer it off. I don't need to worry about taking any liquid out of it. The thickness of the soup is really good right now. The only thing I'm going to do is add cream right at the very end, but not until we're almost done. We can see this is already starting to warm up and steam. We'll put that lid on and we'll get set up for the grilled cheese sandwiches. So we have some of that golden crust, beautiful Towton dough, bread dough. If you're on the mainland, Towton dough here in Newfoundland. So we'll get this all out. Set that off to the side, top that in the garbage, give them hands a little wash. I think the trick here is what we're going to do is we're going to spread this out. We're going to put a piece of cheese in the middle of it, and then we're going to try and grill. Well, we're not going to try. We're going to grill this on the Rat Rod BBQ. We'll just put this down. A little bit of cornmeal, I think, is going to help this from sticking to everything. So this is going to help me spread it out. And I know the cornmeal is not going to burn horribly when I put it on that fire because we use it on our pizzas. So we'll just spread all this out. Get this spread out. Oh yeah, I think we want it good and thin. I think we don't want it too thick. We want it to cook quickly, and we also want to make sure that that cheese gets a nice melt inside. And I have some beautiful applewood smoked cheese. I figured, listen, we're smoking everything else, we'll just as well use some smoked cheese. The applewood cheese is delicious. If you haven't tried it, you guys go out and get it. So there we have a sandwich, a pocket. We're going to turn it into a pocket. Open up that wonderful cheese, and I think I'm going to use one piece and fold it over. Oh, well, yeah, one piece and fold it over, I think. So we'll get a piece in there, and then, a little bit of water. I think we want to get a bit of water around this, help it stick. It's like a little pocket. And once we get this in, I'm actually going to go for another half a piece of cheese, because looking at this, I think we got lots of room for it. So we'll get another half a piece of cheese in there. We don't want to be short on cheese. Wet the outside, and then let's just pull this out a bit and fold that over. And then I think we want to give it a nice hard hit around the outside and help it seal. And there we have, a cheese pocket. We're going to call it a grilled cheese, and we're going to get that on the fire. This is going to be absolutely perfect. 3 of us here today. I'm going to make 3 of them. So we'll get another one on the go, get another one started, about the same amount. Get that cornmeal on it. I think the cornmeal's doing a great job. It's not sticking to the board, you know. Normally your dough, you'd have to have flour. I'm really worried about putting flour down. I think if I put, pardon me, sorry. It's a cool fall day. Voice is a little rough this morning. But I think if I put flour on that fire or on those coals at all we're going to end up with is a purely burnt product, purely burnt pocket. So we'll spread this out a little more. This one's going to be a little bigger. Of course, this one will be for me then. Small one for Patrick. Corey might get one. We'll see how we do here, how we do for time. We run out of time. We might not be able to give Corey one at all, but you never know. Again, slice and a half, I think, is the perfect amount in here. Stretch that out. Get some of that water on. Dab this all around. Make sure we get a good seal. Get that on. And I think this time I'm actually going to cut it back a little bit, because I think I did go maybe a little crazy. So we'll just cut this back. Now this dough is not going to go to waste. I'm just going to go ahead and grill it as is. 1, 2, when we come back, we'll get this all finished up and have a taste. Don't go anywhere.
This program is proudly presented by the all-new Dodge Hornet and Hickman Automotive Group.
TLC Nursing and Home Care offers a province-wide team of registered and licensed practical nurses, personal care attendants, and homemakers to help their clients maintain independence at home. Celebrating 50 years of care in Newfoundland and Labrador.
For Belfour, it's not just restoration. It's your home. Belfour, restoring more than property.
All right, welcome back. Tomato soup has been on, simmering 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's got a really nice boil on it now. I just want to give this a little stir and give it a taste. See where we're at. I didn't add any salt along the way. I just wanted to add it at the end here and see where we're at. So we'll get a little taste, just a tiny little flavor. Oh, that taste of home spice, that bit of chili oil, it does need salt. So we're going to go ahead and give this a little bit of salt, just like that. We'll give it a little stir. And then we're going to add some cream to this, and we're going to let this thicken up. It's perfect. I mean, the consistency is great. Now we want to bring it all together. The cream is going to help everything just come together into one beautiful soup. So we'll go with that much. Give it another little stir. Oh, you can see the color change. It looks absolutely perfect. Let that simmer. and let that just bubble along. We'll put the lid back on and move it off just a little bit off to the side so I have room to make my grilled cheese sandwiches. What I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to be able to fit, I'm going to move this around just a little bit. I want to try and fit all three of the grilled cheese on at once. So I'm going to pull this heat a bit forward, move this off to the side just a little. I want to try and get all three grilled cheese on at once so they're all ready at the same time. We have a lot of heat there. All right, so we're going to get these cheese pockets, grilled cheese on. I just want to put a little bit of oil on them. I want to make sure they don't stick on top of that grill. So we'll just spread that oil about. I just happen to have a ladle here. It'll work just fine. Spread it all out. Get these over. We're going to get these on the grill and started to fry, cook, bake, whatever you want to call this, but we're grilling. Those are probably going to take a few minutes. Give the hands a little wash. All right, a little bit of fire on the go. That's perfect. This is going to be nice. Let's check this soup. Give it a little stir. Oh yeah. See, that cream just thickens it right up nicely. Could almost use a little more cream if we wanted. I think, you know what? It's only going to take a minute. We're only going to put in a little bit more just to help fortify it. Bring it together. The smell of that dough cooking is enough to make me happy. Never mind everything else that's on the go here today. Stir that around, lid back on. All right, I think we're ready to give them a flip. Oh, come on. How is this not going to be absolutely delicious? All that flavor. Look at the color and think of the flavor that's going to bring to the party here. We're going to leave this sit for a few minutes to just finish off. The soup is ready to come off. We'll get that off, get it in the bowl. We'll let the toutons finish off here. Give me a second. We'll get that soup off. It's ready to go. We're going to flip these grilled cheese sandwiches over first. One more little flip. Oh, they are. Come on, look at them. They look absolutely delicious. Take that lid off. Set it to the side. Let that tomato soup come over here and cool off just a little bit. Give that soup a little stir. Oh, the flavor. I mean, you could just see all the flavor. And you know what? The nice thing about this rough soup is you get a little bit of chunks in there. And the chunks in there are just more flavor. This is coming together nicely. I think we're going to get these off. I'm going to call them finished. That one needs just another minute. The soup, we'll ladle in, give it a little bit of time to cool off. I don't think we quite want to eat this straight out of the pot. It's quite warm. Just a small sample, enough for me to have a little taste, and a small enough amount that it'll give it a chance to cool off. We're going to let the sandwiches sit for a second as well. Wash those hands up. Check that last sandwich. I think the last sandwich is cooked to perfection. Now, I'm excited. Are you excited? Oh, something about this rustic tomato soup. It's really nice. I mean, you have a full, velvety, creamy tomato soup you can make, but when you put all this on the fire, get all that grill, all that smoke, all that charcoal flavor into this soup, I mean, it just takes it to the next level. And the flavor on it, I'm sure, is going to be absolutely delicious. We're gonna see what this sandwich looks like. We'll give it a cut in half. We'll see what the cheese is doing. We'll see what the dough is doing. We'll see what everything is doing. Now, I don't know if you can see what's happening here, but I think we did all right for a cheesy sandwich. Give that a little taste. Ooh, that cheddar. Oh, that applewood cheddar, that bit of smoke. I'm going to put this cheese right on here. I do not want to miss out on that. Guess where this is going? Little bit of flavor, little bit of drizzle on top, little bit of drip. All right, you ready? Oh, We have won today. What a flavor on that soup. that applewood cheese inside of that grilled dough. Listen, this is a beautiful meal you can make on your campfire when you're out camping. Be adventurous, give it all a try. Try everything that you can ever imagine to cook on that campfire. Follow me on all your social medias, and don't go too far. Come back next week for more cooking adventures right here on Eastlink Community TV.
RT Cooks It is sponsored by Hickman Automotive Group.